Friday we got started against Iowa Central, and Loris provided us an opportunity to move some people around and in preparation for Saturday and the next couple weeks. Had Annika get her first collegiate win in the 200 free, Emma in the 1,000 free, won both divings, and found some key pieces that we think we can use this weekend. And then Saturday we had the opportunity to honor the senior class that we've had. They're going to leave UNI with the most dual wins out of any class that's ever been here, and they've really kind of changed kind of the face of the program. So a lot of team records, MVC records, and just really good leaders and all great students that'll move on to grad school and dental school and all sorts of other great opportunities here in the next year. So, yeah, Iowa State went pretty well for the most part. Won the 400 free relay. Molly Lembaziter had 2 wins in the 50 free and 100 free. And then Katie Taylor won 3 events as well. So,
kind of how important is the competition you have this week with Illinois State and Western Illinois?
Yeah, actually, Illinois State is the only MVC meet we'll have, so it'll be good to get a look at the team that finished right behind us in the conference last year. There will be some great matchups in some of the distance events, and then a couple of the relays that'll be a really good test for us to kind of gauge where we're at. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Nick. Next up, UNI track and field head coach Dave Paulson. Panthers won 23 of 30 events at the Panther Open in the Unidome this past weekend. They will travel to Brookings, South Dakota for a meet this Saturday. Next up is head coach Dave Paulson.
So we opened up the season at Iowa State in December. We took a handful of kids over there and had a really good meet there. And we built on that this weekend. We had the whole meets, the whole team going at this meet, our home competition to open up. Coming off of a Christmas break, it's just one of those things where rare sports where you send the student athletes home for about 3 weeks, and then they come back, and you really hope they did what they were supposed to do. And so that first meet really gives you a true look at what they did over break to make sure everyone did what they're supposed to. And I was really happy with what I saw so far. So a lot of kids ran a lot of off events, and so if you're middle distance runner, you might have ran down or ran up. Same thing as a long sprinter, short sprinter, you might do a little bit of a different event, just kind of get the feet wet going on the season. But we had some good performances overall. Xavier Williams, who is a freshman All-American on the football team, defensive back. He came out, high jumped 2 meters 10, which is right at just under 7 feet, 6'10 3/4. Actually leads the conference right now. So that was exciting to see him, come out for the first meet and get that done for us and be in position right away there on the high jump. Kate Kirkpatrick, a sophomore from Madrid, had a really good meet, sitting second in the conference in the long jump. And those 2 guys right there, I mean, those are kind of be performances that make a difference once we get into February, because in the last few years, we haven't had jumpers up in the ranks to really start the season. That's an area we need to try to improve on. And so to have a couple guys right there in the mix right off the bat, good place to start and improve on from there. And we had a host of 400 guys that ran the 200, did a really good job there. So overall as a team, it was a really strong performance, and just looking forward to heading up to Brookings this weekend and get a chance to compete against some other schools, the Dakota schools, and a couple of really good junior college programs up there as well. On the women's side, kind of echo the same sentiment, just really good competitive effort across the board. Maddie Bell had a really good meet, sophomore from Hudson. She won the 60 and the 200. And then came back and ran on the 4x4. Diana Slight, a freshman from Boone, had a really good race in the 600. And Lauren Beauchamp in the pole vault for us as a freshman actually cleared 12 feet. And then the pole came back and knocked the bar off, and so they didn't give it to her. But she cleared it by about 4 inches. And so she's sitting in a really good place. Even though it doesn't show up as a 12-foot clearance, we definitely know she's got a lot more in the tank. And so overall, we had a really good weekend and just looking to build. And, the message to the team is we get better every single week. And so our goal is to be a better team this week than we were last week, and just continue to build to the pinnacle of the indoor season, which is the last weekend in February in the Dome for the MVC Championships. Any questions regarding track? All right, go Panthers.